Interesting job. Do you want to tell us what your job is?
So I am the front office general manager for Sky Harbor Airport, Lost and Found. I oversee ground transportation providers, and I oversee the Lost and Found for the general airport.
All right, Lost and Found. So we've been talking a little bit about that. Uber came out a couple days ago with a big list of things that people have left in the Uber. So that got us thinking, what else can we find at the airport, right? These are the most bizarre items left behind in an Uber.
All right, you want to go through these? A mannequin head with human hair was one of their most bizarre items that they found.
Maybe a hairdresser. Maybe a hairdresser
Yeah, you never know.
was practicing. Who knows?
How about this? A Viking drinking horn.
Maybe they were going out drinking.
There you go.
Ghostbusters ghost trap.
I don't even know what that is.
Maybe a child's toy.
Maybe. I've never seen Ghostbusters.
But it's like this big vacuum thingy, or I don't know.
Okay.
A chainsaw, which completely stumps me.
I want the backstory.
Chainsaws are big.
They are huge.
And you take one into the Uber unless you're intoxicated.
Well, I'm sure a lot of these were probably folks that maybe had one too many. Breast milk was something else that people left in the back of their Uber.
And I can imagine, like, if you're packing the breast milk in a little, like, lunch cooler with the little ice packs, maybe you'd forget that on the side. I could see that happening.
I thought
these go hand in hand, really.
They really do. They do go
right,
hand in
I'm
hand.
not leaving the house without my breast milk or my chainsaw.
But they said the number one thing that gets lost in Ubers, and these are probably things that you would imagine: phones, keys, and your wallets. Now, can you guess which city in the entire United States? Leisha, you can chime in too. Which city do you think was the most forgetful, according to Uber?
Los Angeles.
That's a good guess. Do you have a guess?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. She works in Lost and Found, so she knows. But guess
You have
what?
a little insight.
It was actually New York City.
Oh gosh, I almost said New York, but I thought that was too obvious because it's such a big city.
And guess what? The most forgetful day. Do you want to guess of the most forgetful day?
Tuesday.
No, it has to be a specific month and day.
Holiday?
Yeah.
January 1st.
That's what I was going to say.
January
Okay,
1st.
those are good guesses. It was actually October 26th, which I think is probably right around when people do their Halloween parties, because that's the Saturday. That was the Saturday before
That's
Halloween.
odd.
That's odd.
You know how I know
Okay,
that?
okay.
Because it's
'Cause
also
you
my
did it?
birth. No, Alicia,
It's his-
throw me under the bus.
We're getting so many comments and so many wonderful people joining. Lisa says, good morning. Oh, thank you, Lisa. She loves my dress. I so appreciate that. And good morning to the sock man. Louis says, hello again. Lil Philosophy, hola. Kim is laughing at the chainsaw. Whoa. I completely agree. I have no idea why or how anyone would have a chainsaw. And then Jim says, love this. Fox 10 gets a 10 in my book. Thank you so much. And Cody, good morning to you.
Look what Husky Mom said. Hi, everyone. What a disturbing list of bizarre
It
items.
is.
Weirdos among us.
Is it now? Here's the question. Drum roll. Is it going to get even weirder when we open up this suitcase of belongings that people have left behind? This is a little sample.
A little sampling
Lost
of
and
what has
Found.
been found here at Phoenix Sky Harbor. Now, Alicia, you said you've worked at the airport for a total of 19 years, right?
I've worked at the city for 19 years, at the airport for 16.
And have you always been at the Lost and Found
Yes,
desk?
I have.
So you have seen some weird stuff coming through the
I
Lost
have.
and Found.
Strangest thing on the list.
Strangest things on the list are dentures,
Oh,
partials.
Partials.
We get retainers. We've gotten hearing aids. We've gotten one shoe out of a pair of shoes, like one boot.
Okay.
okay. The shoes I can get because sometimes I'll pack an extra pair in my personal bag. You know, like flip-flops.
Yeah.
So if my feet hurt or something like that, I can understand. The dentures, I don't understand because you need to eat with your teeth.
Well, sometimes it's because thinking they're putting them in their pocket. And just like the hearing aids, they're putting them in their pocket and they fall out the jacket, or possibly being pushed in a wheelchair and the jacket's on the back of the wheelchair.
Don't you want to keep your denture, like your teeth in your mouth?
I would think so too, but
You know, don't judge.
I'm
Don't
not
judge.
judging. I'm not judging. Retainers, I sleep with the retainer, Invisalign, and I take it out, obviously, when I had to. When I eat, I did one time wrap it in a napkin, accidentally throw it away.
Well,
I can see.
that happened all the time in middle school. Remember how many times
Yeah.
people were digging through the garbage
trash.
cans trying
Yeah,
to find their
but the
retainer?
denture's teeth, you need the teeth to eat.
it just depends on where you're at, what time of day.
There you go.
I'm worried for the people who leave their dentures behind.
Okay, but you said another thing that really kind of sparked my interest, and this is another weird thing. Someone left their their prosthetic leg.
It was a leg, like a metal piece.
A little
yes.
one.
Metal piece.
Just a little one.
But like I mean, you would think that some of these items. Do you ever think like, what were these people thinking?
Well, I think that every day. Like, how could you leave a big golf bag in the
Yeah, you're
terminal,
going
right?
golfing
You're going
and you left
golfing,
your
right? And you
bag.
have a big golf bag or 2 or 3 car seats at a time.
Do a lot of the items have a if found, please return to?
Normally, our electronics do. However, a part of our procedure in Lost and Found is if the phone is on and it's not protected by a PIN, our staff goes through and looks for like the last call or a mother's name or a husband or
So
something
let's talk
like
about
that.
some of the text messages you've read. Oh, now it's getting
Well,
good. I'm
she's
just
not going
kidding.
through their
I'm
phone.
just kidding. Absolutely
But
not.
people
We know
must,
that.
when you call, they must be just thrilled to hear from you, being like, oh, somebody knows where my belonging is.
Yeah.
They are, but however, when we have a PIN code, part of it's asking for the PIN code, and they're like, you can't do that, you can't get in into our item. I'm like, well, we have to 100% verify this, so if we
Yeah.
can't, then we can't release it.
We have so many people from home chiming in. I would love to hear if you guys have misplaced anything, if you left anything behind at the airport. Chime in and let us know what you have left behind. We're going to go through some of the items that you brought.
So today here I have this lovely hat.
That's
This
it.
is
Let
a
me.
nice little hat. You go to the
can
beach.
I look at the brand? Sure. I just want to see if it's a pricey hat or not. Okay, it looks like it's a pricey hat. I
it's a
mean, I would
pricey
be
hat.
upset. It's got a good weight to it.
It's a nice hat for the beach, right? It's about that
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
Sun hat in Arizona.
Often we get stuffed animals, someone's little stuffed animal, and a lot of
Okay.
people call about that
Yeah,
stuff.
some little girl is crying about her little stuffy, and mom had to go replace that one.
We do get these quite often. These are like we usually, and we do get the bowls.
The good
We
brands.
get the good brands sometime in cases as well.
Mm-hmm.
We get AirPods. We get one AirPod. We get single cases
Yeah, here's my one earpod that I'm so afraid I'm going to drop.
that you're going to lose, and then you're
Yeah.
going to be looking for it,
Yep.
right?
That's exactly what
Do you
it
have
is.
somewhere
Find
safe.
My AirPods on?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There. She knows what she's talking about.
And here we just have a couple of phones, different types of phones. We get all from crickets to the 16s to various phones. And like I said, we go through the phones if we can. If we don't, we cannot. We just simply tag them. And this is just an example of a tag that we
Oh,
put
so it
on there.
says, I know we can't hold it up, but may I?
Mm-hmm.
It says called, lost number. Oh, boyfriend will notify her. I guess they broke up.
Because he hasn't notified her.
You still have the
phone's still
phone.
here.
Okay, so you definitely do make that attempt.
And we do call, if the phone rings, we do answer it as well. And
you
we,
do?
we answer it, ask them, do you know whose phone this is? And if it's a name could be attached, we do that. And we ask them, could you get in touch with them? An alternative method of email. we
You're
do
doing
that
you're
as well.
doing some kind of legwork behind the
Yeah,
scenes
you're
to make
really
sure
going
that these
above
are.
and beyond.
We do. That's our due diligence. Is Lost and
Oh.
Found to do this, and we of course we have books. Books. This is what you do on the plane, right? You
Yeah.
read. So
Yeah.
we have books, and then again iPads. We have laptops, computers, everything that comes. in.
Wow. So how do you make sure that if someone does call and they're like, "Hey, I left my phone here, and do you have it?" I mean, I'm sure. I mean, all these iPhones look the same. All these cases look the same.
And
How
you
do
have-
you
yeah.
how do you kind of verify to make sure that these people are legit?
So we asked for a description. We asked in the last place they remember seeing the item, the terminal that you were in, and the time of day that you lost it.
Who is mostly turning this stuff in, and how much do you get? So whether you look at like a week, a month, a year, how many items are coming in?
I think we got like over 1,200 items last year.
Wow.
Depending on the time of year, because of course holidays, a lot of
Yeah.
people lose stuff. Like in the wintertime, we get a lot of clothing.
Sure.
Summertime, we get less clothing, but more of these type of
Mm-hmm.
items. How do we be? What was the question again?
Who turns the stuff in mostly?
Okay, so normally, sometime we'll get a person that's walking by turning in, but most of the time it's turned into what we call our information counters in the terminal. Every terminal has an information counter. So if a normal passenger finds it, they turn it into the information counter, and then the information counter will call our terminal operations, who are the people who they currently serve inside of the terminals with the red shirts on, or they'll call our landside operations, who normally serve on the outside of the terminal if it's lost on the outside, like if this luggage was lost outside. If it was deemed to be unattended, PD would be called. They
Yeah,
would
totally.
review the items in it and clear it. Once they clear it, the landside operations will bring it to Lost and
I
Found.
love that you brought everything in a carry-on. That was absolutely brilliant. How long do you keep the items for?
We hold our items for 30 days.
And then after 30
that's
days,
it.
then where
And
do they
then
go to?
after 30 days, most of our items, like 99.5% of our items, go to Sierra Auction. and the other percentage, such as clothing and like little stuffed animals, they go to donation centers.
Oh, nice.
And right now we partner with 4 donation centers that come quarterly, and they come and pick up our items.
Now, if someone does call you and they say, hey, I left my XYZ, and you're able to find it, do you ship it back to them, or do they have to pay for that, or how does that work?
So we get their information, we write it down, it is the onus of the passenger. They do call whatever company they want to, UPS or FedEx, they set up shipping, they pay for it, they send us in a shipping label, or the company brings a shipping label, we package it, and then they come and get it on whatever day they schedule.
And this was actually, I was going to ask a question similar to this. Jim is saying, I lost a nice Gucci wallet on a plane once. No one ever turned it in. It had an ID and cards as well. So that's a little different because it's on a plane.
Correct.
You guys will be separate entity. The airlines all have a separate lost and found. I was wondering though, if you do find a little Gucci and that 30 days is up, can you guys say like, I like that Gucci?
We cannot.
It's gotta go. It's gotta go.
Claim it.
You,
It's gotta
you don't
go.
get first dibs.
No, ma'am. No.
How often are you actually kind of reuniting some of these items with their rightful owners?
I would say over 50-60%.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good return
I mean,
rate.
because most people, by the time they get to us, and that's why we hold it for 30 days, they'll go through us, they'll go through TSA, they come to us, it's been a couple of days. I mean, we really do go through and search for our items for them. Or like I said, a lot of it is just this. Sometimes they'll have their a card in here or different cards in their bags, and we'll call people and just ask.
TSA has a separate entity, separate lost and found.
Correct.
So if you lose your shoes or forget your iPad at TSA, it goes elsewhere. But do you guys work together? So if someone calls your lost and found and says, I lost my iPad, you don't have it, will you call TSA and say, do you have it?
So a lot of times we don't call them, but we do give them their resources. We'll give them TSA's phone number, which is a voicemail line, and we'll let them know that it's in Terminal 3, Level 7.
There you go. It must be kind of a rewarding job for you too when you're able to reunite these people. They must
It
be
definitely is.
very thankful for you too for what you do.
Definitely is, especially when people lose cash. Yeah.
When they lose
They
the cash
lose
and they get it back.
too?
Just recently, we've had upwards of over $5,000
Whoa.
lost that was returned. He left his whole bag.
Well, that's nice of that
unattended,
person that found it too to return that cash too.
Look at my mouth is just like hanging open. I can't
I
believe
know.
when I leave the airport, leave a seat, I'm constantly just looking around. Do we have everything?
Everything
Do we
you
have
have,
everything?
yeah.
Do
You
we
don't
have
want to start
everything?
that trip with missing anything. Well, Alicia, thank you so much for
Yes,
coming
you're
in.
welcome.
This has been so much fun, and thank you for bringing some of the random items that is still in Lost and Found.
How do
Thanks for
people
having
get a
me.
hold of you?
So we're Monday through Friday. We're at the airport. We are just east. We're just
Hi, welcome back, everyone. Just reading the comments. And I think Sherry said, was it Sherry? Husky Mom said, how in the world do you not take your bag with $5K in it? Must have been pocket change.
I was thinking the
LOL.
same thing. I hope that some of that $5K was reward money for that person who turned it in, right?
Wow.
That was nice of that
They were
person.
very nice to turn it in.
Yeah.
Because so many people would probably not have.
No.
Jessica Roos,
Our producer.
extraordinaire. What is the craziest thing you ever left behind at an airport or an Uber? Maybe most important thing?
I don't know. I mean, I think I've lost my license before. That was not fun.
I'll tell you guys, not at the airport or an Uber, but I am a old school paper planner, and I used to use the paper planner as a wallet as well. So all the credit cards, driver's license would go in there. So when I would go into the grocery store, I would take it with me, and I would
The whole
put,
planner?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot to carry
It's a
around.
lot, I know. And I would put it in the little seat area.
Your trapper keeper?
Twice I forgot it.
Oh no.
Once at the Walmart on Raintree, and we left and drove back, and someone actually turned it in. And then once when I was working in Las Vegas, and someone turned it in too.
Wow.
I was very fortunate.
Well,
so
I remember once, a long time ago, like when they had like flip phones. I was at the state fair and I lost my phone, and somehow I found it.
Wow.
Like I don't remember if I went to like a lost and found or something, but
Someone
they
turned it in.
they had my phone, and I was like, oh my gosh.
did you say trapper keeper?
Yeah. Anita's trapper keeper. It sounds, you're traveling around with your giant trapper keeper.
I still have one, but now I don't travel around with it as much though.
Knock on wood.
Okay.
I don't know if this is real wood, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have not lost anything because it gives me such anxiety, especially when traveling.
Yeah.
Like my worst fear is like being overseas and losing your passport. Because then you have to go
gosh.
to the embassy or a consulate and try and figure it all
I
out.
take pictures of our passports. I ordered passport
Cards.
cards so that I can
but
have that.
internationally,
I know, but still, then at least I would have
I
that
know.
information. And then,
it always freaks
And
me
then I
out.
make sure Johnny has pictures of the passports. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm very type A and like constantly walking around.
I know, and I'm always doing that thing at the airport like this. You know, like we're doing like
Yeah,
passport, phone, wallet.
Passport, phone, even though I don't have
And
any
then keys,
pockets
and I'm
here.
like, I didn't bring keys.
It's like a dance, a Macarena. Hey, shake it.
That's your passport finding dance? All right, so we brought Jessica in for our next topic because I thought this one was pretty interesting. Let's take a cute picture of your two girls here. There they are.
Oh, tell everyone about them.
This is Brooklyn and Dylan. Brooklyn's the older one. She's 11, and Dylan is going to be 7 next week.
Okay, so a study from MIT found that second-born children, and they said especially boys, are more likely to show behavioral issues than their older siblings. So according to the study, in families with 2 or more children, the second-born child is 20 to 40% more likely than their older sibling to get in trouble at school or even end up being arrested.
Oh no!
That's a lot.
Both my kids are very good, and their teachers.
Neither have been
no,
arrested.
they've never been arrested.
Neither have been arrested.
But they both do very well in school, and their teachers are always telling me how great they are. But I can see how the second child
Hey,
is
kids,
a little
if
more
you're watching-
Brought you on.
of the problem child.
Every morning, Jess and I walk in around the same time. You're still not in, about 4 o'clock. And there's always
Are
a
you throwing me
story.
under the bus?
No, you don't come until 6.
I know, but that's why you're.
You're allowed.
Okay,
You're
thank
allowed.
you.
No,
All
no,
right,
we have
just making
different.
sure.
We work different hours.
I
I get in way earlier. No, I'm just kidding. You always have a story about your
Dylan.
youngest.
Yeah, she just like in the last maybe like 6 months or so, she will like wake up when I go to work, and she'll hear me sometimes when I leave. So then I figured out the trick to like opening my door so it doesn't make any noise. But then sometimes, like the other day, Monday, I went to go leave and I opened the door so quietly and she's sitting in the hallway staring. It is 3:30 in the morning. Like it is the middle of the night. And she's just sitting in the hallway staring at me. And I'm like, okay, go to bed. Like, so then I put her to bed with my husband because she has never gone to bed for me very easily. So yeah,
So she's a little bit of a troublemaker. If you have
Does
to
she get that
hand me-
label?
No, I mean, she's pretty good. But like in that picture I showed, like the one where they're in the outside by the little fountain, she was like, we were at Tempe Marketplace, and she was like running into the fountain trying to like play in all the water. And you can see in the picture her sister's just like, you're not supposed to do
not
that.
supposed to
You're
do
not
that.
like, so the older one is just like, no, you're not supposed to. Like, stay away.
Oh, that's funny. I was gonna call my mom because I'm the youngest.
Let's do it.
I want to see
This
if
is a completely
she doesn't know.
impromptu.
Oh, you know what? She's at the gym. Let's see if she'll answer.
Call.
Let's just call.
Yeah.
She's gonna be so mad. I'm not gonna put her on speaker until.
By the way, Husky Mom is giving you a hard time saying you're old. Are you old enough to remember?
Of
Trapper?
course, I remember Trapper Keepers. Yeah.
What was on yours?
Well, I had a blue one or a green one. I wanted one so bad, but I was. Oh wait, can you talk? We're live on
Mom.
TV. Can you talk for 2 seconds?
We're gonna put you on speaker.
No. Okay. Call back in 2 minutes and I'll answer. Okay. Love you.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.
She's not gonna call back.
She's at the gym. She's at her gym class, and then she's like, "I don't quite understand what you just said. I'll call you back."
It's probably better that way. It's probably better that way. You're one of two. You're the younger.
But my sister's 13 years older than me, so I've
you're like
always
an only.
joked I'm kind of like an only child because when I was going to kindergarten, my sister was getting ready for her first year of college.
Oh.
And then the next question always is it you're the same mom? Yeah, or the same mom, the same parents? Yes.
So you were not a troublemaker.
I think I was an accident, so therefore it makes me an angel.
You
Right?
can do no wrong.
I can do no wrong.
I was an only, and I was always in trouble.
Were you?
Yeah, I was always up to something.
Nothing's changed.
I'm the
Nothing
oldest.
has changed. Always
Nothing
up to
has
something.
changed. Still always in trouble.
Yeah, Anita. That's what you would hear all the time.
Well, because your
My
mother's
mom's
Polish.
We're Polish.
Yeah.
But that's how she would yell at me. She's probably watching.
Does she yell at you in Polish?
Yeah.
Oh, so
get
what
When
was
you know you're really in trouble when she
when
starts
she speaks
speaking
in Polish?
I mean, growing up, that's pretty much all she spoke to me was Polish. My aunt would live with us. My grandparents were at she speaks English to me more now because when we call there in Chicago, my husband doesn't speak Polish. And he wants to know everything
That's
we're talking
going on.
about. So he's like, I can't understand.
Unless she wants to talk about him.
Then she speaks Polish. Then I'll say something in Polish.
Yeah.
All right,
about
so
him.
give an impression of your mom yelling at you.
No, you think I
in
want to get in
Polish.
trouble?
Is she watching?
She's
you
gonna
think
come
so?
at me. Yeah. Yeah, she's like, what's this new streaming thing you're doing? She's gonna come at me. Yeah, Anita.
She's in
Yeah,
Poland, by the way.
huh?
She's here though. She's in
Oh, okay.
Chicago.
She's in Chicago.
Oh, that's all right.
Anita, ja ci powiedziałam, nie rób. Nie rób tak, nie
That
rób.
sounds
Oh,
serious.
nie rób. That sounds.
Nie
What
rób.
does
Don't
nie
do
rób
it.
mean?
Don't do it.
Nie rób.
Nie rób.
Nie
Don't do
rób,
it.
Anita.
Don't do
Nie
it.
rób.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a
I
good
got
one.
in trouble a lot. I was mischievous.
All right.
I had
was
to take
pretty good.
I had to take on all the roles. The oldest, the only, the second, the middle.
My brother was definitely more of
the
the
troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
Yeah, because I was the oldest, and I remember one time he got in trouble. Him and some of his friends lit the ditch on fire or something. They did something.
They did
like
what?
So, they lit something on fire, and it wasn't like a massive.
I
Like
never
they're
lit
fine. They
anything
were.
on fire.
It was like a little thing, but I remember like the fire department talked to him and was like, "You're not supposed to do that."
Oh, wait, Sherry Wolf says
Let's please don't.
she's the middle child, but my sister is 16 years older than me. Baby sis is 20 months younger. Wow, that's a big gap too, because there's the 13
Yeah.
between us. All right, should we talk about our next topic, which is work related, which I think we can all talk about?
Yeah?
All right, ready? Here's some
Yeah,
B-roll
I'm
to show
sorry.
you.
I'm reading the comments.
Comments? Oh wait,
Yeah.
Is that
so
it?
this next study says
There
working
we
too
go.
much, people who work 11 hours or more a day are likely to experience more depressive episodes. So working 10 to 11 hours a day can have negative impacts on health, including increased risk of cardiovascular issues, mental health problems like depression. While there's no legal cap on work hours for most workers, long hours can lead to fatigue, reduced safety, and potential burnout. So we're talking about like mental health issues as well, like depression. We're talking a little bit about productivity and health issues as well, as we mentioned. Here's the thing. I think we all work around the clock, right? We work here. You're a mom of two. You go home. You're working because your kids need something, whether you're cooking or you're taking them. And then, you're at home looking for ideas. It's one of those like round the clock. You're looking for the talkers, you're looking for the news, you're always keeping an eye out. It's rare that we have a lot of downtime, especially with social media.
We all need a break, I
Yeah.
think.
We're all really depressed.
I know.
No, we're not
kidding, we're not.
depressed.
We're not.
It's just, but you know, this is basically they're talking about how it really can lead to burnout, and I think some professions may be more apt to see that burnout. I was just watching. I don't know if you guys have been watching this on HBO, The Pit.
No.
It's all about doctors.
Oh, I can't
And it's a
even
very
imagine.
good show, but they are working such long hours, and I was just kind of thinking to myself, like, they are on the go. These
Yeah.
emergent. Oh, my mom's calling back. Hold
Okay,
on.
let's
Should we
grab
answer?
it.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
All right, can we put you live on TV to talk about what a great child I was growing up? Yes or no? Yeah, right now.
Speaker,
We're
real quick.
live
We
on.
can-
We're
we'll ask
live.
you a
We're
quick
streaming
question.
live right now. Okay, thanks, Mom. Hold on, I'm gonna put you on
Okay.
speaker. Hold on. All right.
Okay.
Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hello.
No swearing, Mom.
Okay, we got to keep
I
it
won't.
clean. So there's a study from MIT that says second-born children, especially boys, Ty, are more likely to have.
Mom, where are you? Were you just in a car
at the
accident?
gym.
What happened?
No, I'm in between doors at the gym.
Oh. Well, be
Okay.
careful.
Was Ty a troublemaker? Was Ty a
No, he was not at all.
was he an angel?
How much did you pay her
Yeah.
to say that?
Yeah.
Actually, he was really a good kid.
Oh.
He was.
Keep going.
He was responsible.
Mhm. What else?
Mrs. Brennan, you know what he was good at? He was good at hiding everything. He was good at hiding all the bad stuff he did. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, if he was hiding things, I didn't know.
Yeah, I was a good kid.
She's gonna be calling later. Like, what did you do?
I know.
We're kidding.
We're kidding. I'm actually sweating.
Okay.
You're making me sweat, Mom.
Yeah, I would never say anything bad about you, Tyler.
Oh,
because
thank you.
You really were a good kid, and
Thank
you
you.
still are a good kid.
Thank you, Mom.
So,
Thank you. All
and
right.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Bye. We
All right.
love you.
Thanks for
Okay.
calling.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Love you guys.
Bye.
You gotta love you too.
I
Anita.
know.
Do
I
you
know.
gotta-
I love you. I love you. Your mom knows I love you.
Okay. Bye.
Yes.
How much I love her.
See ya.
I do love your mom.
She is gonna text and be like, "Never do that to me again."
At least she played along.
She did play
Now,
along.
if I would have called my dad, he would have given me like 15, hold on, and then I would have had to explain it for an hour.
Someone says how sweet your mama is. She is. She's a very
Yeah.
sweet lady. And then Anita, someone said that they liked your accent. Your Romanian, your Polish accent. They said it sounds Romanian.
I'll bust that out for you guys
I
every
like
once
it.
in a while. We're about done.
That really did. Having your mom on the phone without